everyone. What a beautiful day to be here, and along with these beautiful blackbirds, Frome Blackbirds. And you may be wondering why they're here today. Well, they're on their way tomorrow or next week to the COP26 summit in Glasgow, where global leaders are meeting and needing to act, doing some very serious agreements in terms of the climate crisis and the ecological emergency. But the blackbirds are here because they want their voice, the voice of nature, to be heard. So they are here to sound the alarm for nature. But the signs are not so good at the moment. It looks like the agreements may not be made that would protect nature. And it's nature that underlies the climate crisis, and also the spread of viruses like coronavirus. I think the decisions that we need are taken. It will be the destruction of our forests and our woodlands, and also the extinction of more species like these beautiful blackbirds. What the blackbirds are saying that there is still hope. There's a hope of hope. We can all gather together, work as a community, and face the threats that we're all under, and together to protect nature. What can we do about this? Well, the first step is to spread the word and join the blackbirds in sounding the alarm. It goes like this.
There they are. Yes, we've got one next to you.
Hello everyone. Thank you for stopping and watching the blackbirds. They're here for a very special reason today. They're at the moment en route to the COP26 conference in Glasgow, where many of the world leaders are meeting, and we're hoping they'll be able to come to some agreement on the very serious decisions that they need to make and actions that they may need to make. But the blackbirds feel that they also need to be very aware of the impact on nature. So they're here today to sound the alarm for nature. The dogs as well, yes. But if we listen to the blackbirds, there is still a message of hope. And the message is that we all turn and face the real crisis that is upon us as human beings, and that we join with the blackbirds to sound the alarm for nature. So please spread the word to all your friends and neighbours and everyone about the danger to nature, and come together to help us all fight back to restore it the best we can.
Take one. Say thank you. Good girl.
Are you all here? Yeah? A little bit further back, a little bit further back. A bit further back, a bit further back. Just out of the sun.
Do you want the sun?
Thank you for the car.
Morning everyone. Please gather round to hear what the Blackbird's message is for all of us. The Blackbirds later this week are on the way to the COP26 climate conference, and they're concerned that the decisions that might be made over the next 2 weeks may ignore the deep impact on nature that their decisions will have. So why they are here today is to sound the alarm for nature. So there's a great worry that the decisions will still lead to the extinction of more and more species, including the blackbirds themselves.
Annabelle, just tell us a little bit about this demonstration and what's going to happen next.
Well, it's really a message to people in powerful positions who have the ability to make the changes that we really need, the big changes we need to make at the moment. But it's also a message to ordinary people to come together to protect nature and restore nature and to reconnect with nature, really. Listen to nature, and that's what the Blackbirds are about.
So what kind of activities are you going to be doing in Glasgow?
So we're going to be going out and spreading the message of the Blackbirds and with other groups that are there. So there are Buddhists who are going to be alongside us we'll be a part of their meditation for the earth, and they're standing against ecocide and also particularly Barclays Bank's involvement in investments which are fossil fuel based. And we're also going to be collaborating with a group who are looking at the declining numbers of birds of all different species, and we're also working with people who have produced a book of which children have written and artwork that they've created, and we're going to be helped to promote that.
So I'm Adele, I live outside Frome and I'm an occupational therapist, and in most of my spare time, or much of my spare time, I'm doing whatever I can to help with this climate and ecological emergency. Frome Blackbirds, when it was thought up, seemed like a really good thing to do because it carries a really strong message for nature, sounding the alarm for nature. I'm also a Red Rebel, going to COP26 on the train dressed as a Red Rebel, and I'm also part of Doctors Extinction Rebellion because of my professional background. So
What's a red rebel?
A Red Rebel, it's a group of people who move as one, who dress in red and don't speak, trying to link life that we have with life that has gone, the extinction of species.
So my name's Murray, I live in Frome and I'm a mental health social worker, and part of the process for me is when we put the head on, we become the Blackbird, we become grounded, and we communicate through movement with the people who are watching. We don't speak, it's all about movement and connecting and trying to get the people we meet to feel something. It's not just a demonstration, it's about a connection.
The kids seem to like you.
Some kids like us, others sometimes get a bit scared, but that's okay.
You do look quite scary.
Do we? Hopefully when Paul starts speaking he explains what we are as well, that helps, but sometimes we do get that response. But generally speaking it's a very positive, people are they're willing to engage and they make the noises, sound the alarm as well.
We've been to the G7 meeting in Cornwall, we went to London with part of Extinction Rebellion's last rebellion, and we did have a lot of police presence around us, but we were never taken away, and we think that this is a very peaceful action that we're doing, and it's alerting people and governments to the dire situation we're in, the emergency that we're in, and the need to take action very, very swiftly.
How do you fund this trip?
So we are funding ourselves. We also did a fundraiser which helped us to make the costumes, and so there's a lot of people who are behind this and supporting us in going up there. So not everyone can go, we can, and we're taking all that goodwill with us.
What can we do here in Frome right now to help you?
I think this is about coming together and realising the crisis that we're in, and really pulling together as a community and looking at ways that we can already restore nature, restore our relationships, with each other and with the natural world, so that we're not. This isn't about individual recycling. This is about us really coming together and a change in our culture and the way that we are in the world at the moment. We need a completely different system, a different mindset, and that's up to us to work out together.